At the last minute, Thomas Demand is having one of his photos swapped. He felt the print on it wasn't quite right. Ever the perfectionist, he's exhibiting solo for the first time in Berlin, and everything has to be spot on. "40 of his works are on display, old ones and new, all on the subject of Germany. The show is being held at Berlin's Neue Nationalgalerie. With a touch of humor, Demand has decided to name his own exhibition National Gallery.
If someone says they're calling their exhibition National Gallery, it's obvious they won't be able to fulfill the aspirations of a National Gallery. But if the exhibition is a flop, then I won't be able to go down to my local bakery anymore without being reminded of it."
But there's certainly no danger of it being a flop. Thomas Demand is one of the most successful contemporary artists in Germany. Nothing in his motifs is real. He sculpts everything himself out of paper.
If I want, I can make it smaller or bigger. I can cut it up until it's exactly what I have in my mind.
Afterwards, his models end up in the recycling bin. Only the photos remain.
He has certainly written a new chapter in the history of photography. He's not photographing the real world or real things, but first making models of pictures that already existed. Thomas Demand has put paid to any residual idea that photography automatically portrays objective reality.
One piece, entitled Bureau, deals with the time after the fall of the Berlin Wall, when East Germans stormed the offices of the secret police to get hold of their files. The selection of pictures is widely varied and very subjective. Facades that appear to conceal something, scenes that appear empty.
They're not actually empty. They just aren't full of people. I haven't left the people out. I just haven't modeled them. The spaces that I seek to create are spaces very much in the Romantic tradition, where you can imagine yourself in them.
At first sight, many of the subjects in Demand's photographs appear commonplace, but they often relate to culturally or politically important issues. The show coincides with the 60th anniversary of the founding of the German Federal Republic and 20 years since the collapse of communist East Germany. Demand hopes the show will help generate discussion, prompting German visitors to think about what binds them as a nation.
What's noticeable is that an entire country is subject to this notion of looking back. And something that always occurs in that context is this tendency to think that in the past everything was better. And an exhibition like this can perhaps help to counteract that.
A murder scene without a body. In the 1980s, a prominent German politician was found dead in the bathtub of a hotel room in Switzerland, news that shocked the nation. To this day, his death remains a mystery. The original photo, circulated in the media, was burned into the Germans' collective memory. Demand often uses photos from the media as a basis for his work, pictures which then appear familiar to the viewer.
I don't make up the things. Rather, I am an eccentric and naive mirror, reflecting what I see around me. The picture becomes a thing in its own right. It doesn't follow some kind of hypothesis that could help us get to the truth, or which could be used to understand the nation.
There are no explanatory texts at the exhibition, and no catalog to explain what we're seeing. Why this bus stop, for example? It was once a place where crowds of fans of German band Tokyo Hotel once gathered. For a brief period of time, it was in the public eye. Few visitors are likely to know that, but perhaps Demand's lack of explanation is the point, allowing every visitor to build up their own picture of the German nation.